She let her, just a friend, move into our guest room until he gets on his feet and cheated on me with him. So I moved out and told the landlord. 6 months later, she's $5,000 in debt to him and he won't leave. Hey viewers, before we move on to the video, please make sure to subscribe to the channel and hit the like button if you want to see more stories like this. Thanks. Throwaway account because this mess is still fresh and I don't want any blowback. This all went down about 6 months ago, but the updates keep coming, and honestly, sharing it here feels like closing the book. If you're in a similar spot, maybe this helps. Let me back up and give you the full picture. I'm Alex, 28, work in IT for a decent company in a mid-sized city. Steady job, nothing flashy, but it pays the bills and lets me save a bit. I've always been the reliable type, loyal to a fault, committed when I'm in something. My girlfriend Sarah and I had been together for 3 years, living together for 2. We met through mutual friends. She was fun, ambitious, working in marketing, but always bouncing between gigs. I supported her through a rough patch last year when she got laid off, covered most of the rent on our 2-bedroom apartment, picked up extra shifts so she could job hunt without stress. I even helped her update her resume and practice interviews. Flashback to those nights. I'd come home exhausted, and she'd hug me, saying, "You're my rock, Alex. I don't know what I'd do without you." Made it all feel worth it. Things were solid, or so I thought. Then, about 8 months ago, Sarah reconnected with this guy Mike from her college days. She'd mentioned him casually at first. "Oh, Mike's going through a breakup, poor guy." Then it escalated. He lost his job, some vague story about office politics. And suddenly she was on the phone with him constantly, offering advice. I didn't think much of it. She has a big heart, and I've got guy friends too. But then came the ask. It was a Tuesday evening. I was cooking dinner, pasta, her favorite, when she sat me down at the kitchen table. "Alex, I need to talk to you about something," she said, her voice all serious but with that edge of excitement I couldn't place. "Sure, what's up?" I replied, stirring the sauce. "Mike's in a bad spot. His ex kicked him out, and he's crashing on couches. I was thinking, we have that spare room. It's just sitting there empty. What if he stays with us for a bit? Just until he gets on his feet. A couple weeks, tops." I paused, fork in hand. The spare room was my home office setup, but more than that, it felt off. "Sarah, I get wanting to help a friend, but having a guy move in, even temporarily, I'm not sure I'm comfortable with that. Boundaries, you know." She rolled her eyes, that dismissive laugh bubbling up. "Boundaries? Come on, Alex. He's just a friend. We've known each other forever. Nothing's ever happened. You're being jealous over nothing. It's temporary, like I said. He needs a stable place to job hunt. Wouldn't you want someone to do the same for you?" I pushed back gently. "It's not about jealousy. It's about our space. This is our home. What if it drags on? And what about rent, utilities? He'll chip in once he gets work," she insisted, crossing her arms. "And it's not dragging on. 2 weeks, maybe a month. You're acting like I'm asking for the world. After everything you've done for me when I was unemployed, I thought you'd understand helping someone out." That hit me. Flashback again. Me scraping by on ramen so she could afford networking events. I sighed. "Okay, fine. But we set ground rules. He contributes to groceries, keeps to himself, and it's short term. No late nights or anything that makes this weird." She beamed, leaning over to kiss my cheek. "See? That's why I love you. You're so understanding." Mike moved in that weekend. Tall guy, charming smile, the type who talks a big game about hustling but never follows through. At first, it was okay. He thanked me profusely, bought a pizza as a housewarming. But red flags popped up quick. He'd lounge in the living room all day, scrolling job sites but never applying. Sarah started spending more time with him while I was at work. I'd come home to them laughing over inside jokes, sharing a blanket on the couch watching movies. "Just chilling," she'd say when I'd raise an eyebrow. Then the boundaries eroded. One night, I got back late from a project deadline. The apartment was quiet, but I heard murmurs from the living room. Peeking in, there they were, her head on his shoulder, his arm around her waist. Not full-on making out, but intimate. Too intimate for just friends. "Sarah?" I said, keeping my voice even. She jumped up, flushing. "Oh, hey. We were just talking about old college stories. Mike's had a rough day." Mike smirked, not moving. "Yeah, man. Appreciate the crash pad." I didn't push it then, Didn't want to seem paranoid. But inside, it twisted. Why was I the one feeling like the intruder in my own home? I'd given up weekends for her, supported her dreams, and now this? The confusion set in hard. Nights I'd lie awake, staring at the ceiling, wondering if I was overreacting. She'd dismiss my concerns. You're imagining things, Alex. It's emotional support. Stop being so insecure. It escalated. I found flirty texts on her phone one day, accidentally, while charging it next to mine. Can't wait for our late-night chats, winky face. From Mike. When I mentioned it casually, she snapped. You went through my phone? That's controlling. Those are jokes. The emotional affair was clear, and hints of physical crossed lines too. Lingering hugs, her dressing up for job interviews that coincided with him being around. I felt discarded, like a backup plan. The unfairness gnawed at me. I'd been loyal, committed, and this was the thanks? But I didn't yell or beg. I just observed, letting the silence build as I planned my next move. The confrontation came about a month after Mike moved in. By then, the temporary stay had no end in sight. He'd applied to a few jobs, but claimed the market was tough. Meanwhile, bills piled up, extra utilities from his constant presence, groceries vanishing faster. I covered it all, as usual. It was a Friday night. I'd worked a 12-hour day, came home to find them on the balcony, sharing a bottle of wine I'd bought for Sarah and me. Laughter echoing. I stepped out, calm but firm. Sarah, can we talk? Alone. Mike raised his glass. No secrets here, bro. She waved him off. Sure, Alex. What's wrong? Inside, I laid it out without raising my voice. This setup isn't working. Mike's been here longer than promised, and the boundaries we set? They're gone. The late nights, the closeness, it's crossing lines. I feel disrespected in our home. She leaned against the counter, arms crossed, that smug smile creeping in. Disrespected? Alex, you're paranoid. Mike's just a friend going through stuff. We've been clear about that. If anything, your jealousy is the problem. It's making everything awkward. Awkward? I saw the texts. The way you two act, it's not platonic. Be honest. She laughed, actually laughed. Honest. Okay, fine. Mike and I have history, but it's emotional. He's fun. He gets me in ways you don't always. You've been so focused on work, so routine. I need that spark sometimes. But it's not cheating. God, you're twisting this. If you trusted me, you'd see it's harmless. Mike's staying until he's sorted. That's what friends do. I stared at her, the twisted logic hitting like a gut punch. So my concerns are invalid because I'm routine? I've supported you through everything. Unemployment, family drama. And now I'm the bad guy for wanting our space back. Supported me? Yeah, and I appreciate it. But don't hold that over my head like a weapon. This is about growth. If you're insecure about Mike, that's on you. Maybe you need to work on that instead of controlling who I help. Her words stung, dismissive, entitled. She flipped it all on me, justifying the betrayal as my flaw. Mike wandered in then, sensing the tension. Everything cool? Yeah, she said, glancing at me. Alex is just processing. I didn't explode. No begging for her to choose me. The hypocrisy was clear. She'd lean on my stability but crave his spark. I nodded slowly. Okay, Sarah. If that's how you feel, I get it. She blinked, surprised. What does that mean? It means I'm done fighting this. You want Mike here? Fine. But I'm not sticking around for it. Wait, you're leaving? Over this? That's dramatic. No drama, I said evenly. Just reality. I'll sort my stuff. She huffed, rolling her eyes again. Fine, if that's what you want. But don't expect me to chase you. Mike's harmless, and you're blowing this up because you're threatened. Mike chuckled from the doorway. Hey, man, no hard feelings. Appreciate the hospitality. I ignored him, the power shift already starting in my mind. Her smugness sealed it. I wasn't going to beg for respect I deserved. That night, I slept on the couch, mind racing but resolved. The next morning, while they were out grabbing coffee, I packed. Essentials first, clothes, laptop, important docs. I left the furniture we'd bought together, didn't want the hassle. Called the landlord, explained the situation briefly. I'm breaking my part of the lease. I'll pay the penalty fee, but remove my name. Sarah can handle the rest. He was understanding. Turns out, he'd had complaints about extra noise from our unit. No problem, Alex. Send the paperwork. By afternoon, my car was loaded. I left a note on the counter. Keys are here. Good luck. No goodbye text, no scene. I drove to a cheap motel for a couple nights, then crashed with a buddy while apartment hunting. Blocked her on everything, phone, socials. Detached completely. The silence hit hard at first. Sitting in that motel room, staring at the peeling wallpaper, the confusion washed over me. Why had I let it go so far? Flashback to our early days. Weekend trips, her laughing at my dumb jokes. I'd sacrificed overtime hours, skipped hangouts with friends to be there for her. And for what? To be called insecure while she eroded our boundaries? The unfairness burned, loyalty repaid with dismissal. I questioned myself. Was I too passive? But no. I'd voiced concerns. She just twisted them. Days blurred. I threw myself into work, got a small promotion I'd been eyeing. Started hitting the gym, something I'd neglected. Reconnected with old friends who'd noticed I'd gone quiet. "Dude, you seem lighter," one said over beers. And I was, slowly. The emotional weight lifted as I rebuilt. No word from Sarah at first. Maybe she thought I'd crawl back. I didn't. Focused on my peace, my routine that she'd mocked, now feeling like strength. A week in, the first crack. A mutual friend texted. "Hey, Sarah's asking about you. Says you ghosted. Everything okay?" I replied simply, "We're done. Appreciate the check-in." That was it. No details, no drama. Let the silence speak. Karma started hitting about 2 months after I left. At first, it was radio silence from Sarah, probably assuming I'd cool off and come back, hat in hand. But mutual friends filled in the gaps, not because I asked, but because the drama spilled over. One buddy, Tom, who'd known us both, texted me, "Dude, you dodged a bullet." Mike's turned into a nightmare. From what I pieced together, Mike never got on his feet. The job hunt? Non-existent. He'd lounge around the apartment all day, playing video games on the TV I'd left behind, ordering takeout on her dime. Sarah, still in her marketing job, started covering everything: rent, utilities, even his loans for essentials like new clothes or bar tabs. He'd promised to pay her back, next paycheck, but that paycheck never materialized. Then the manipulation ramped up. Friends said Mike isolated her, bad-mouthing her social circle, claiming they were jealous of their connection. He'd get verbally abusive when she'd push him to contribute. "You invited me here, Sarah. Don't act like I'm the problem." Turns out, his down-on-luck story was half-baked. He'd burned bridges with previous roommates for the same mooching crap. Sarah's friends started distancing themselves after seeing the red flags. One even told me, she defended him like he was gold, but he's trash. We tried warning her. Financially, it unraveled fast. The landlord hit her with notices. The extra occupant violated the lease terms I'd flagged when I left. Utilities skyrocketed from Mike's habits, and she couldn't keep up. She borrowed from credit cards, then family, racking up that $5,000 debt mostly to him for shared expenses he never repaid. He wouldn't leave, claimed squatters' rights or some nonsense, turning the guest room into his permanent lair. Her job suffered too. Late nights arguing with him led to missed deadlines, and her boss put her on probation. The irony? She'd discarded me for this spark, but now she was trapped in the mess she'd created. Isolated, broke, her reputation as the helpful friend flipped to enabler. Mutual acquaintances stopped inviting her out. The truth spread that she'd basically cheated emotionally, and likely physically, while I was footing the bill. I didn't gloat, didn't need to. I was busy thriving, settled into a one-bedroom downtown, promotion at work meant a raise, and I'd started dating casually. Nothing serious but refreshing. The unfairness from before? It faded into clarity. This was her karma, earned and realistic. She'd chosen the manipulator over stability, and now she was paying, literally. I let it all breathe, not rushing to closure. Focused on my growth. Joined a hiking group, read books on boundaries I'd ignored before. The silence from her end? It was peaceful. Then the attempt started, about 3 months post-move out. First, it was a text from an unknown number. Hers, I figured, since I'd blocked the old one. "Alex, it's Sarah? Can we talk? I miss you." I didn't respond. A day later, another. "Please?" Things aren't what I thought. Mike's complicated. I realize I messed up. Still nothing from me. Calls followed. Voicemails at first, her voice shaky. "Hey, it's me. Look, I was wrong to dismiss you. You were right about boundaries. Can you call back? We had something good. I listened once, then deleted. No sympathy stirred. She'd shown her colors. The desperation built. A week later, she showed up at my new apartment. Must have gotten the address from a mutual. I opened the door a crack. Sarah? What are you doing here? She looked worn, bags under her eyes, hair messy. Alex, thank God. Let me in. We need to talk. I'm good, I said calmly, not moving. Please, she begged, voice cracking. Mike's not leaving. He's run up bills, and I can't afford it alone. I thought he was a friend, but he's using me. Remember how you supported me? I need that now. Let's fix us. Her hypocrisy hit, flipping the script, acting like I owed her after she'd mocked my support. Sarah, you chose this. Handle it. But I didn't cheat. It was emotional, maybe, but I see now you were my rock. Come back. I'll kick him out. I shook my head. No, we're done. She teared up. You're being cruel. After 3 years. No cruelty. I replied firmly. Just boundaries. Goodbye. Closed the door, blocked the number. Escalation came via proxies, her toxic family and friends. Her mom called next, voice dripping unpleasantness. Alex, this is Linda. Sarah's a wreck because of you. You left her with that leech? Man up and help. Family sticks together. I cut in. We weren't family. She made her choice. Don't call again. Hung up. Then her best friend, Jess, always enabled her bad decisions, texted. Dude, Sarah's sorry. Mike's abusive now. She's in debt because you bailed. Give her a chance. She's learned. Ignored. Sarah's attempts turned angry after that. Another voicemail. Fine, ignore me. But you ruined everything by telling the landlord. Now I'm facing eviction, and it's your fault. How could you be so petty? A final in-person attempt. She ambushed me at the gym parking lot. Alex, stop walking away. I turned, composed. What now? Her face twisted in rage. You think you're better? Leaving me in this hell? Mike won't go. I'm $5,000 under because of him, and friends ditched me. You owe me for the years I wasted. Oh, you. I echoed evenly. You dismissed me, chose him. That's on you. She snarled. You're heartless. I hope you end up alone. Stomped off. The power reversal was clear. She'd gone from smug to desperate to vile, showing her true colors. I felt nothing but relief. The final nail came at our mutual friend Tom's birthday party last month, a casual backyard gathering. I debated going but decided why not. I'd moved on completely. Showed up with a new friend, Emily, someone I'd met hiking, nothing official but easy company. Felt good to be social without baggage. Sarah was there, uninvited apparently, looking desperate. Disheveled clothes, forced smile. She cornered me by the grill. Alex, didn't expect you here. Can we talk privately? I nodded politely, stepping aside but keeping distance. Make it quick. Her eyes darted to Emily, then back. I've hit rock bottom. Eviction notice came. Mike trashed the place, won't leave. I'm staying with mom, buried in debt. Friends ghosted after hearing your side. I get it now, I was wrong. Twisted everything to justify helping Mike. But I've learned. Please, let's start over. You were always the stable one. I need you. She begged, voice low but frantic, hypocrisy on full display. The woman who'd called me insecure now craved my routine. I looked her in the eye, calm and firm. Sarah, that chapter's closed. I've built a life without this drama. Better job, new friends, peace I didn't have before. You're not part of it anymore. Your choices led here. Mine led me forward. Handle your mess. But I love you still. Doesn't that mean anything? It doesn't, I said factually. I've moved on completely. You're irrelevant to my happiness now. She flinched, tears welling. So that's it. No second chance. Exactly. I walked back to the party, rejoining Emily and Tom. Sarah left soon after, head down. Haven't heard since. No texts, no proxies. The reversal was stark. Her failure public, my growth evident. Thriving, debt-free, emotionally free. Update. Life's good. If you're reading this, value your boundaries. Don't beg for respect. Walk away and let karma do its thing. Thanks for watching. Make sure to subscribe to the channel and hit the like button. What do you think about this story? Share it in the comments.